about being gay or straight. He says, it's time to make sure our state takes some basic steps towards fairness and decency. We can make sure that domestic partners who work for the state have access to benefits, and we can make sure that committed couples have visitation rights in a hospital and the right to take the appropriate leave if someone has a serious illness. He says, I don't want the state to be less competitive at our university and other institutions because we won't treat people fairly. And that's and then of course there's groups protesting it, and that's certainly one of the big concerns is if your state's not friendly, then you run the risk of driving out talented people.
Oh, sure. Which is why we've got such great people here in the state of Connecticut. And that, really, it's true. You know, this is a surprisingly progressive state, and so hey, you know, all you wonderful, talented people out there, come to our state.
And bring your partners with you.
That's right. So
there's lots of businesses here in Connecticut that are eager now that people can to put together weddings of all sorts, and they actually expect some businesses to crop up around catering to people coming into the state to get married.
How cool is that? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing, and we need all the jobs we can get right now, obviously.
There you go, an economic boost.
Yeah. Hey, you know, every little bit helps. I mean, this is a scary time.
Yeah.
I went to the Otis Library the other night.
Oh, yeah. Did you make that?
To the Joe Courtney, our congressman, was there, and doing a little thing on it had to do mostly with the healthcare system, but it was interesting because there were a lot. It was a packed room, and it was scary. It was downright scary. There was this tangible fear in the room. You could see all these people that were scared to death that they weren't going to have jobs, that they weren't going to be able to feed their families, that because of this economic downturn we've had, and that was very eye-opening for me. It was just there was this tangible fear in that room, and Joe Courtney handled it very well, but it was kind of scary, and some of the things that people were talking about, it was kind of a scary thing, and I'm glad I wasn't in Joe Courtney's shoes at that point, because he's having to sort of answer for the federal government, and it's like,
sure. Well, he's
how
our
do you do that?
representative.
And he, by the way, but he did very well, and it was a very good thing, and I did get to speak to him, and he did basically commit to coming on our show at some point in the future. I have to nail down a date, so we are going to have Joe Courtney on the future. On a future show, so that will be great. But it was an interesting meeting, just because you could sense people's fear over what's happening in our economy. And we have a phone call, so I'm going to take that.
Okay.
Good evening, nlcTrans. You're on the air.
Hey, Callie, it's Jerry, the filmmaker.
Jerry. Oh, I've been wanting to talk to you. So how you doing?
Hey, I just wanted to say to your listeners that. You guys are just about the least scary people in the whole world. So,
oh, thank you.
And it's nice that you guys are starting to get the message out in a larger format like this. And I think Joe Courtney, you could maybe get Joe Courtney in there, and I wouldn't want to say tie him up, but if you could sort of restrain him and just let him meet everybody in your community and just keep talking to him. And then maybe get his colleagues in there, and 434 other congressmen would maybe want to come in.
Yeah, that would be great. We'd like to get them all on. My grandson says we need the president, but I think that's probably a bit of a stretch.
Well, he's quite a bit of a stretch himself. You guys are no more of a stretch than a black president, so...
Well, that's true.
Stranger things have happened.
That is true. And yeah, so it's an interesting time, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and I think that the fact that times are interesting and everything's up for grabs right now makes it so that unscary people like you who just need a shot and, at a normal life and need to be accepted, you guys are going to get some traction right now. Because like you said, Connecticut's an accepting place, and you guys bring a lot to the table I know you as individuals, but as a group, you guys bring a lot to the table too. So, power up and keep moving, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
You too. I will see you soon, I hope.
Well,
Right,
and
you will.
I bet you Jerry's got some things he could say on our show, too.
You could, yeah. You should come on our show. I mean, you're a counselor.
I'd
That
be
would
happy
be.
to.
You would be a great
I'd be
addition.
happy.
When do you want to be on?
Oh, you talk to my agent, Father Russ. He can.
I will. I will. But
All right, take care.
we're having a meeting at Father Russ's Friday. If you want to come.
Well, I'm not sure if this Friday works out, but I'll be around.
Okay.
Cool.
I might make
care.
like a cheesecake or something.
Oh, that would get me there.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. That's Jerry Corneau, who's a filmmaker,
Yep.
and a really cool guy, and one of our supporters,
And as you said, therapist.
therapist. He is a therapist.
kids.
Has a wonderful wife who is also Jess, who is also a therapist, I believe, and two absolutely beautiful daughters. You've met his daughters.
Yes,
They're
yes.
the sweetest things, and just some really nice people, and so hopefully we'll get him on the show at some point.
Between the documentaries he's doing and some of the other work he's doing,
I know, he's
I'm
very,
sure
very busy.
He's very busy. I'm sure he's
Yes.
got some good stories too.
Yeah, but that would be great. I'm glad you brought that up.
There's a lot of interesting people that we connect with. We just have to nail them down.
We have to nail them down. That's right. And we will do that more and more. I had thought we were going to have Diana Lombardi on tonight, but I'm always confused. I don't know why. But I wanted to grill her a bit on the upcoming legislation. The House bill, an act concerning discrimination, I believe it's entitled.
HB 6452.
Which is coming up, and hopefully this year it will pass.
Fourth try.
Yeah, fourth try's the charm. Is that how it goes? But it needs to pass. It really does. And
We need to be able to say 13 states in the District of Columbia
yeah,
instead of 12.
but it's an important thing, and I am going to testify before the General Assembly this year on that, and in fact I talked to Andy Maynard, who has also said that Andy Maynard, who is our state senator, and a supportive state senator, and as is Joe Courtney also. These are people that actually support our cause. At least as best they can. It's hard when you're a politician, obviously, to commit to certain things.
Sure.
But these are the people that have.
Well, and as we've heard before, a lot of times legislatures can only handle one rainbow issue at a time.
Right.
They tend to get overload.
But certainly Andy Maynard has been a supporter of ours, and Joe Courtney has as well. And so we're hoping. And Andy also committed. Very nice. Andy's a great guy. Very nice man. I met him the other night.
Follow up.
And he's wonderful, and he is probably going to be. I got to talk to him at some point here and see when I can schedule him on the show. But he basically committed to being on the show as well. And it's very apropos because he is certainly this is his constituency here.
Right.
And so we'd like to get him on. He was on Father Russ's show the other night.
Yeah.
And we'd like to get him on the show. Very nice man, and a supporter. So.
To talk about lots of things, not just our issues.
Yeah, certainly. We can talk about other things a little bit.
We'll want to make sure we get where they stand on our issues on record.
Absolutely.
But please feel free. You can come on our show and talk to the people who are going to vote for you next time you're up for election.
That's right. So it's cool. We've got some interesting guests coming up.